Hi friends, today let us discuss the basics of balance sheet. Here we have to consider number one, what is balance sheet? What is balance sheet? Four aspects that we have to consider here. The first one is what is balance sheet. Then the second aspect is when it is prepared. When it is prepared. The third one is the format of balance sheet. It's a format. Fourth one, the order of arrangement of assets and liabilities in the balance sheet. Order of arrangement in balance sheet. These four aspects that we have to study. Then what is balance sheet? Actually, balance sheet is a statement that discloses the assets and liabilities of the business concern on a particular date. That means it can be described as a on and owes statement. This is an on and owes statement. What it means? What are the possession? What are the properties owned by a business unit? That is on. Then what are the obligation of the business unit? That is owes. Hence, it is a statement that discloses the possessions and properties owned by the business unit and also what are the obligations or what are the liabilities of the business unit. Both these information in a systematic manner is arranged in a statement and that statement is called balance sheet. Then the next question is when it is prepared. A balance sheet is prepared at the end day of an accounting period after the preparation of trading and profit and loss account. You cannot prepare a balance sheet before the preparation of trading and profit and loss account. What is the logic? What is the reason for that? Because whatever profit is earned in the business during that particular period belongs to the owner. That means it is also a liability to the business unit. Therefore, it must be added with the capital in the balance sheet. Hence, without knowing what is the profit earned during a particular period, it is impossible to prepare a completed balance sheet. Hence, the balance sheet can be prepared only after the preparation of trading and profit and loss account. The next is format. The format of balance sheet. As already mentioned, this is a statement. It is having two equal sides. Balance sheet is a statement with two equal halves. The left hand side is called liability side and the right hand side is called asset side. Left hand side liability and right hand side asset. Amount. Then a heading should be given for this statement. As we know, this is the balance sheet. Therefore, the heading is balance sheet. It should be given at the central top of the statement. At the middle top of the statement, you have to write balance sheet. The next line, you have to mention the date on which that you are preparing this balance sheet, that is as on or as at 31st March 2019 or 20, whatever it may be. This is the format of balance sheet. Next one is order of arrangement of items in the balance sheet. In fact, whether there is any hard and fast rules for listing the assets and liabilities in the balance sheet or not. Actually, there is no hard and fast rules. But two methods of presenting the assets and liabilities in the balance sheet are followed. The first one is arrangement in the order of liquidity. First order, liquidity order. The second one is permanence order. Permanence order. They are opposite in nature. The liquidity order of arrangement and permanence order of arrangement are opposite in nature. What is in the liquidity order? The most liquid asset will be listed first. The most liquid asset, as we know, is cash in hand itself. That is cash in hand. The next liquid asset is cash at time, because whenever we want to withdraw the amount, it can be done by approaching the bank and taking the amount back. That means the liquidity order should be followed in the arrangement of assets. Here, the current assets are listed first, followed by fixed assets. Current assets are cash in hand, cash at bank, bills receivable, sundry debtors, stock in trade, prepaid expenses, etc. Those are current assets. These assets must be listed first on the asset side. Thereafter, the fixed assets, the most prominent examples are furniture and fittings, plant and machinery, land and buildings, or intangible asset, namely goodwill. All these are fixed assets. Thus, for the arrangement of assets, we have to observe the rule that current assets must be listed first, followed by the fixed assets. Whenever we are following the liquidity order. Then on the liability side, we have to list out the current liabilities first. Bills payable, sundry creditors, outstanding expenses, short-term bank loans, overdraft, etc. All these are current liabilities. The current liabilities must be listed first. Then the long-term liabilities, as at the end, the capital, the most permanent item of liability. Therefore, firstly we have to record the current liabilities, followed by long-term liabilities, at the end the most permanent liability of capital. That way of presentation is called arrangements in the balance sheet in the order of liquidity, or other words we can say that liquidity order of arrangement says that current assets, the most liquid assets must be listed first, followed by the fixed assets, and also current liabilities must be listed first, followed by long-term liabilities and capital. This is the first one. Then according to the permanence order, the arrangement will be reversed. That means the fixed assets will be listed first, followed by the current assets. The fixed asset first, followed by current assets. And in case of liabilities also, the long-term liabilities or permanent liabilities will be listed first. The most permanent liability, namely capital, will be written first, then followed by the current liabilities. These are the two important ways by which the items are arranged in the balance sheet. They are respectively called as liquidity order of arrangement and permanence order of arrangement. Apart from these two methods, banking companies followed a combination of these two. That means liquidity order is followed on the asset side, while permanence order is followed on the liability side. Thus, while writing The balance sheet of a banking company, cash in hand, cash at bank, etc. will be written first. Last one, this goodwill or any other fixed asset. But on the liability side, they will write capital first because this is a combination of both the liquidity order and permanence order. On the asset side, liquidity order will be followed, and on the liability side, permanence order will be followed. Thus, in short, we have studied what is a balance sheet, when it is prepared, what is the format of balance sheet, what is the order of arrangement of items in the balance sheet. Balance sheet is merely a statement representing the assets and liabilities of the business unit on a particular date, that is generally at the end day of the accounting period, and it will be prepared only after the preparation of trading and profit and loss account, because the result of the trading and profit and loss account must also be incorporated in the balance sheet as a liability, provided it resulted in a profit. Then again it is having a format, that is, the statement is divided into two equal parts, left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side is called liability side and right hand side is called asset side. Then at the top of the statement you have to give the heading of the account or statement. Here it is a statement, therefore you have to give the heading or name of the statement, that is balance sheet, and also you have to mention the date on which that you are preparing the balance sheet. Then the next question is whether there is any order of arrangement of assets and liabilities in the balance sheet or not. In fact, there is no hard and fast rule. Still, there are two most prominent methods of arrangement. They are called liquidity order and the other one is permanence order. In case of liquidity order, the most liquid asset first, the current asset first, followed by the fixed assets. And in case of liabilities, the current liabilities are written first, followed by the long-term liabilities at the end, the capital of the business organization. And in case of permanence order, it is the reverse of liquidity order in the sense fixed assets are written first, followed by current assets, and the capital and long-term liabilities are written first, followed by current liabilities. And in case of banking companies, I have mentioned they are following a combination of these two. That is, on the asset side they are following the liquidity order, and on the liability side they are following this permanence order. This way of arrangement of items in the balance sheet is called marshalling of balance sheet. Marshalling of balance sheet. The way of arrangement of assets and liabilities in the balance sheet is technically called marshalling of balance sheet. Let us consider one example. Here, various items relating to a particular business unit for the year ended 31st March 2019 are given. The items are bills receivable rupees 5,000, closing stock rupees 1,800, cash in hand rupees 400, capital rupees 20,000, net profit rupees 1,500, bank overdraft rupees 800, Sunday creditors rupees 6,200, goodwill rupees 2,700, Sunday debtors rupees 5,800, land credits rupees 9,800, and furniture rupees 3,000. From these, we have to prepare a balance sheet. As you know, the balance sheet is a statement with two equal parts. Left hand side is the liability side and the right hand side is the asset side. Thus, we have to give the heading for the statement, that is balance sheet. Balance sheet. Then we have to specify or mention the date on which that we are preparing the balance sheet. That is the year and last day, that is 31st March 2019. That is as on 31st March 2019. Then the left hand side, liability, then amount. And the right hand side assets amount. Now we are going to present the items, that is assets and liabilities, according to the liquidity order. In fact, liquidity order is followed by sole trading concerns and partnership firms, while the permanence order of arrangement is followed by joint stock companies. Here, this is the information, these are the information relating to a sole trader. Therefore, it would be better to follow the liquidity order of presentation. That means on the asset side, we have to list out the items in the order of its realizability. That means its liquidity. The most liquid asset must be written first. That means the most liquid asset is cash in hand. Cash in hand, that is rupees 400. Then the next liquid asset that we can consider here is closing stock, bill receivable, bills receivable, that is 5,000. Then stock, closing stock, rupees 1,800. Then this sundry debtors, 5,800. These are the various current assets which are given in the question. After writing the current assets, we have to write the fixed assets. The fixed assets in this question are furniture, land and buildings, and goodwill. Thus, let us write furniture. Furniture. That is rupees 3,000. That is land and buildings. Land and buildings. That is rupees 9,800. 9,800. Then goodwill. Goodwill. Rupees 2,700. Now the assets are over. We have listed the assets on the asset side of the balance sheet according to the liquidity order. That means the current assets are listed first, followed by the fixed assets. Then on the liability side, we have to list out the current liabilities first. Here the current liabilities are this bank overdraft. Bank overdraft. That is rupees 6,200. Then now bank overdraft is rupees 800. Rupees 800. Then sundry creditors. Sundry creditors rupees 6,200. Now all the items except capital and net profit are listed on the asset side as well as on the liability side of the balance sheet. The remaining items to be incorporated are only capital and net profit. Both the amounts are obligations of the business unit which becomes payable to the trader or to the owner. In other words, we can say that the owner is eligible to get capital of rupees 20,000 from the business and also profit of rupees 1,500 from the business. In total, the trader is eligible to get 21,500 from the business. Therefore, we can write here capital, that is the amount payable to the owner to the extent of rupees 20,000, and also net profit. Add net profit because net profit is also payable to the trader or the owner. That means the net profit of rupees 1,500. Total 21,500. No more item is left unrecorded. Therefore, we can find out the total of the balance sheet here. The total $28,500 on the asset side that we got. Then here 28,500. What it means, sir? The total assets available in the business represented by cash in hand of rupees 100, bill received of rupees 5,000, stock of rupees 1,800, debtors of rupees 5,800, furniture of rupees 3,000, land and buildings of rupees 9,800, and goodwill of rupees 2,700. Of which the bank is having a claim to the extent of 800. Creditors are having a claim of rupees 6,200, and the owner or the trader is having a claim of rupees 21,500 on the assets of the business